Maurieo Vlogs, number 260, Grey Day. Hello, welcome. Well, as you can see from the view from my office window, well, one of my office windows, it's a pretty grey old day. It's clagged in, it's overcast. It's been raining for most of the afternoon. We're getting all sorts of warnings about a large storm in the upper North Island, and it's pretty much been raining continuously since I took this photo this afternoon until this evening. It's very, very wet and sodden, and a lot of people are out camping at this time of year. They will be extremely wet. Some campgrounds have been closed down and the people sent home. So, yes, we're just waiting for this to pass. So it's a very, as I say, a very grey day. And the buoyant spirits of the last few days have sort of somewhat diminished a little bit, and people are not, shoulders are just a little bit down. But once it comes back, once it comes back and the grass is grown and everyone's mowed their lawns, hopefully summer will continue. But for the moment, summer's on hold for a while we let this rain go through. But as always, there will be some farmers who will be welcoming it out there dancing in the rain, because it'll rejuvenate their paddocks and give them a bit more grass for their stock and feed and what have you. So grey for some, jubilation for others. Anyway, today's background is this guy here, and he knows all about grey days. So he's he's an 18th century Englishman, one of the most often quoted guys, although not a prolific producer. He produced only about 1,000 lines in his whole career, but very often quoted and quite highly regarded. Englishman from the 18th century. Be careful with your centuries. Remember that we're in the 21st century now. So the 18th century, not very prolific, only wrote about 1,000 lines, but quite often quoted. So really top quality man. Now, yesterday's, I did something a bit different. I put up this logo, which is from the Accident Compensation Commission here in New Zealand, which is a government insurance scheme where everybody is covered by this ACC. So if you get injured at work, everyone's covered, or during sport or things like that. Although it has its controversial aspects to it, as a general rule, everybody is covered. Even tourists, if you come to New Zealand, I'm pretty sure are covered under this scheme if you injure yourself. So it means that there's no large court cases, although there is still the potential for them. Generally, the majority of them are not there, because your costs of the injury and that are all covered. Now, one of their great aims, of course, is that they want people back to work. So they have all sorts of schemes and rehabilitation things and programs to get people back to work, so that they're not paying them out insurance money. So that was the correlation with the theme of the day, back to work. Now, the comments on YouTube continue to be a mystery to me. And so while I thought that TC was certainly the first comment that I saw, when I reordered the comments based on time, I found that in fact Moz's comment had come in earlier, although it was slightly incomplete in that it didn't exactly say that it was a logo for the ACC. So I put both of them up there because essentially they both got the answer in the right thing, and the timing. One comment was there, and you couldn't see the other at the time. I'm still, as I say, bamboozled as to what happens with thing there. So just because of the confusion and what have you, I've put them both up there in the Hall of Fame as they both did there, and they're not alone there. A little later on, another old not dead, or dead not old, I haven't remembered it now, also came through with a very an answer that was pretty much on the money as well. So well done everyone for identifying what this was all about, and also clicking on to the fact that it was about going back to work. So thank you everybody for your diligence in working this one through. So let's just have another look at this this guy here, this not very prolific Englishman, 1,000 lines of material during his career in the 18th century. Who is he? Cheers! See you!